With Stephen Curry's deal with Under Armour having come to an end, Steph was rocking Kobe's pregame against the Spurs, an odd sight, as Nike has been a competitor of his throughout his entire career. In Game 2 of the NBA Cup, the Warriors beat the San Antonio Spurs for a second straight outing and improved to 1-1 in group play. While Jonathan Kuminga was out, Steve Kerr said that Moses Moody and Will Richard will start going forward, regardless of Jonathan's status. Entering this game, since the Dubs' 4-1 start, they had gone 3-5 since, as they needed to start to build up a flow. Rookie Will Richard's intensity on the defensive end was setting the tone for Golden State, as the Warriors forced the Spurs to miss 6 consecutive shots early in the first frame. Stephen Curry was leading the way offensively for the Dubs, as he scored 10 of the Warriors' first 18 points, using his combination of mid-range finesse and deep-range mastery. Playing exceptional defense like he has all season long, in drop coverage, Al Horford fought over a Gortat screen set by Luke Kornet to get over for the rejection of Stephon Castle. The Warriors were playing lockdown defense, forcing 6 first-quarter turnovers for San Antonio, but they were struggling mightily offensively as they opened the game shooting 2 for 12 from distance. This allowed the San Antonio Spurs to make a 7-0 run after just trailing by 7, and the Warriors had missed 8 straight shots. The non-Steph minutes were going brutally for the Dubs, as per usual, but Jimmy Butler's scoring and Quentin Post's energy on the back line plus shooting were keeping the Warriors around, with Wemby trying to go off. That said, it was all Jimmy, Stephen, and Richard for the Dubs, as early on they were 8 for 12 from the field combined, while the rest of the team was shooting just 2 for 21. Will Richard had 10 first-half points, as the man was hitting big triples, including one over Victor Wembanyama, while, as I mentioned before, he was providing elite defensive intensity. How this man Richard was the 56th overall pick is beyond me. Curry was carrying over his flow from his 46-point outing 48 hours earlier, as he had 18 first-half points, including a nasty step back where he completely shed Wemby. Moses Moody didn't score in the first half, but opened up the second half with a jumper over Wemby, plus an offensive rebound leading to a putback. But the Spurs were taking over this game, as after closing the previous quarter on a 10-4 run, they were on an 8-0 run near the start of the third frame, with Wemby going off the backboard to himself. Batman and Robin settled things down though, as Curry hitting a triple in the face of Devin Vassell was followed by him hitting Butler in the pocket, who got to the line to put the Warriors back within 1. Several acrobatic layups from Curry, one being a ridiculous three-point play where he banked it in under duress in the lane, gave the Warriors an advantage, despite the fact that they were shooting brutally from both the field and from deep. Out of a timeout, the Warriors turned it over off the inbound, but Curry was keeping the Warriors in it as he'd hit his 6th, 7th, and 8th triples in a short spurt late in the third. The Dubs were shooting 39% from the field and 33% from deep, yet within 2 after 3. Brother of former Toronto Raptor Justin Champagnie in Julian Champagnie began to cook though, as he had nailed 4 triples spanning from late in the third frame to early in the fourth frame. The non-Curry minutes were brutal like they were in the first half, as even after timeouts resulted in late shot clock isolations after a stagnant possession. Thankfully, Curry checked back in with 8 minutes left in the fourth. The Warriors got down 10 with 7:25 remaining, as Wembanyama was taking over, which included a beastly dunk over Draymond that was waved off, but still changed the momentum. After Curry got to the line by drawing a foul from the three-point line, Stephen drained a 31-foot bomb in semi-transition. To give him 43, Steph hit a step-back deuce from the mid-range over Jeremy Sohan. Giving him 45, Steph hit a floater over Victor Wembanyama, but Victor immediately responded with a clutch triple. Gary Payton II hit a key three over the outstretched arms of a Wemby closeout. The Warriors were finally heating up from deep, as it was then Pods hitting a triple. After Stephen was doubled, GP2 then hit another massive triple to give Golden State the lead and make it a 9-0 run late. A beautiful feed from Draymond set up Curry for this layup, great cut from the chef as well. Off the inbound, Pods found Draymond on the cut. Green made another great feed down the lane to find Jimmy and make it a 1-point game. And with the seconds ticking down and the Warriors with a chance to win the game, Stephen Curry got fouled on a mid-ranger and went to the line to give the Dubs a 1-point lead with 6.4 seconds remaining. To close the game, the Spurs decided to go to De'Aaron Fox instead of Wemby, who Gary Payton II clamped up, and the Warriors took it. In an instant classic that felt like the playoffs, the Warriors stole a showstopper from the San Antonio Spurs. Stephen Curry had 49 points on 16 for 26 shooting from the field and 83% true shooting. Curry's second consecutive 40-piece tied him with Michael Jeffrey Jordan for the most 40-plus point games after turning 30 in NBA history. Just incredible defiance of father time. Showing how he's at the top of his game, it was Curry's first back-to-back performances of scoring 40-plus since 2022, of course the last time the Dubs won a title. He saved the Warriors in this one, as this is exactly why I take Golden State so serious. The greatness of Wardell Stephen Curry II can't be overstated or underestimated, and words can't describe how good this man truly is. Stephen Curry is overwhelmingly special, and what he did in San Antonio showed exactly why he's in the conversation for the greatest player of all time.
This morning he was in his bag in terms of his speech he gave in our pregame meeting this morning. You could tell like he still has that fastball if he needs it, and it's important for us to have that energy. And over the course of 82, like we're all in this fight together. I think he talked about that this morning. He showed it out there, and whether you win or lose, like you just want to have a unit and a team that's together, coaches included.
What was unique about his pregame speech, or was it shoot around? When
I've never heard him. Well, I should say never. He rarely talks about his Chicago days, and he gave some references to, how they approached their team and their identity by comparisons to like how a band comes together and everybody playing the role. You got your lead singers, you got your bass, your acoustic, your electric, whatever. You got your drummers, you got the stage hands, you got the guy that's plugging in the speakers. He said he was just above plugging in the speakers guy. But it speaks to like it all matters. There's value in all of that when a band's going on a tour. And I think Phil Jackson instilled that in him, and he used that as a reference for how we need to play and how we need to approach our identity. It's going to take a long time to get through this year in terms of doing that, but it's great to have a reference.
This is a band